right, cool. Jeanette Goldstein's in this. And you're like, who's that? Some of you are like, I know who that is, Luke, fuck you. Well, it's Vasquez from Aliens, you know, you always were an asshole, Gorman. That's that lady. I'm like, alright, we're starting off with this lady, Jeanette Goldstein. This is going to be pretty good. And she's dead. Yeah, so The Presidio is a 1988 crime thriller. It stars Sean Connery, Mark Harmon, and Meg Ryan. And it's a strange one. It's directed by Peter Hyam. Hyam? I don't know which one. I don't know how you pronounce his surname. It's a simple surname, and you think I'd be like, oh, let's do the research. Who cares? He's done some Van Damme movies. Time Cop is one of them. Sudden Death is another one, which I have reviewed. And I've reviewed another one of his flicks, which also had Mr. Sean Connery in it. That would be the Outland. So, yeah, he's an interesting guy. Eventually I'll get to a movie called 2010 by Peter Haim, which is the sequel to 2001: A Space Odyssey. So, yeah. Ooh. Anyway, back to the Presidio. I have to imagine that Sean Connery, after doing his previous movie to this was The Untouchables. And I can only imagine after getting all that praise and buzz for The Untouchables that you got a freaking stack of scripts this high, higher than the screen I can show, and you can just pick one, right, and make it. So I wonder why you picked this one. Because it's fine. I mean, the writer, Larry Ferguson, he's done movies that people like and movies that people really do not like. He wrote Highlander, movie everybody likes, and also The Hunt for Red October. And he also wrote the screenplays for some really bad movies. Well, they are Rollerball, the remake, and Alien 3. So, so when putting this movie on, I was like, I just had a feeling I was going to get something that was like, workmanlike and probably right down the middle. And I don't even have that many notes here or there. There was not much to say about this movie, except to say that, look, it starts off with the killing of Vasquez and Colonel Alan Caldwell, played by Sean Connery, and Jay Austen, which is Mark Harmon. You know, Connery's like a military cop. Mark Harmon's a San Francisco police officer, and they're both people who don't get along with each other, and they've got to solve this mystery. Well, it's not a buddy cop movie, so there's some humor in here, but not really. So it's not quite like that. And I think the movie delves into the characters a little too much, especially since it's only got 90 minutes. And so, if you've got a lot of character moments, you need to have, I don't know, maybe some thrilling, exciting moments too in your mystery movie. Maybe some red herrings and shit as well. There's no red herrings. The mystery is pretty straightforward. Usually whoever they both suspect is involved, and it's just kind of a by the numbers mystery. So I guess they put all their character stuff in to go, alright, the mystery's not that good. Maybe if we beef up the characters and their relationships, that would elevate it a bit. Sort of. I would say those moments save the movie. Meg Ryan plays Donna Caldwell, Sean Connery's daughter, and she's got a relationship with Jay Austen. So there's that triangle that, you know, Sean Connery doesn't want his daughter seeing Mark Harmon, and she's playing games and all this kind of stuff. And the character interactions are really, really good. I like the characters in this movie. I like the acting in this movie as well. It's just the mystery does not back it up. It's not like you're like, we're following this lead, which leads to the next lead, which leads to the next lead. There's no red herrings. There's no like, oh, who is it? Is it this guy? Is it this guy? Is it this guy? I don't know. Who's the murderer? What's the culprit? It's all of them. Okay. And It's weird. Like, Peter Hyam has these movies that are really memorable. And he also has movies like this. I'd be hard pressed to see it. No, if I was like, hey, good friends of mine, have you ever heard of a movie called The Presidio? No? It's got Sean Connery in it and Meg Ryan. Oh, really? So yeah, I think this one is a pretty forgotten film, and I was hoping it would be a bit of a gem. Instead, it was paint by the numbers. Well acted paint by the numbers. Music's could have been a bit more action and shit too. That would have been nice. And there is a bit towards the end, but not really enough to save it. A bit of mystery would have been great. It's a 5. So I don't know why, but I've got more Peter Hyam movies on the list. He's not a particularly amazing director. He's not particularly bad at directing either. I would say he is workmanlike. If everything else in the movie kind of works, then the movie's going to be better. But if there's things in the movie that don't work or are just really uninteresting and not really all that engaging, then yeah, you're going to see him even more workmanlike than usual. It's solid 97 minutes. It's not boring. You just wish they had a little bit more to it. It doesn't. Dare I say it might have needed another 20 minutes to, I don't know, flesh things out better or chuck a few action scenes or something in it, but on its own, it's fine. Like, it felt more like a Law and Order plot or an NCIS plot, and that would only go for like, what, 40 minutes or something like that? This is 90. I said it needed more time. But it needed something, and it didn't have it. Give me a like, dislike, share, and subscribe.